Hey guys, Joe here at the Joe Madden Sports Podcast, joined by Holden Kushner, host of the Denver City Cast on Vsin Live, presented by BetRivers. Holden, welcome back to the show.
Hello, Joe. Wonderful to see you. I know you're excited about me possibly going to the Top Gun movie, the new Top Gun movie, which I would be seeing for the second time. I'm planning on dressing up in my bomber jacket with some goggles, and it's going to be a great time tonight. How are you? What's on your agenda tonight, Joe?
Okay, are you at least going to wear the aviators?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
You could rock that.
Yeah, I'll rock the aviators and my bomber jacket. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great time. That, or I stay around and I watch the hockey game tonight. I'm just not sure. It's like we're sitting here in Denver. It's already been, I don't even know how many, it feels like a month since the last time the Avs played. Yeah. And they're still not going to, like, they're supposed to start on the 18th if the Tampa Bay series goes 7. But there's a concert going on at Ball Arena that night. So they might be playing this thing until like the middle of July. Seriously. Like the Stanley Cup Finals could end in July, and it's not a joke.
It's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy to think. Wow.
When's camp open? 2 months? 3 months?
Exactly. Oh, these players must be getting tired. That is for sure. But congratulations to your Colorado Avalanche getting the sweep over the Edmonton Oilers. I tell you, when they did that, I was so happy. So happy.
I was happy, but not happy. I'm happy because it gives me something to talk about for another 3 weeks, but not happy because I had what did I have them in? The Avs in 6.
Okay.
So I lost that futures bet, but I think we made it up just, betting in I know we made it up betting in the series. And I'm telling you something that's really paid off just because the Avalanche are so good. What are they? 14-2, I want to say, or some 12-2. Some crazy number because you can only win 12 games through the first 3 rounds. So 12-2, they fall behind. Just you jump on the other side. And I know I've done that at least 4 times, and I think I'm 3-1 there. It's just something to keep in mind as it goes forward. I'm really excited. I can't wait till the finals get going, but it's going to be a long layoff for the Avalanche. And we saw what happened with the Lightning in the first 2 games of the series against the Rangers. I mean, Vasilevsky looked like garbage in game 1. I'm just hoping it doesn't take a game or 2 for the Avs to have to adjust in the finals because that might be too many games.
Yeah, absolutely. We know you guys were dealing with some injuries, though, so it might be a good time for these players to heal up. What do you think of the goalie situation, Holden, going into the finals here?
I mean, the conversation I've been having since the end of game, whatever the hell it was, what'd they do? They sweep the last round? Yeah. After game 4, I say, who's going to be Francouz or Darcy Kemper? I think it's going to be Darcy Kemper. I would go Francouz. I mean, they swept with him. Now he wasn't the reason why they won the series. I mean, he gave up 5 goals in that last game. He had to come in relief of Kemper in game number 1. He had good game 2 and 3. I would stick with what got you there. But if Kemper now, because of this long layoff, is going to feel healthy and he's going to be 100%, wouldn't bother me if they went Kemper. I'd just stay the status quo.
Yeah, I could see that. I really could. Now it was an eye injury for him, correct?
For Kemper? An eye injury, yeah. Okay. And they don't know. Maybe there could have been another injury. They're not going to say anything about it. It was lower body, upper body, eye. I don't know. And they haven't told anybody about that either. That gets back to Joe, I don't know if you've had conversations. It kind of gets back to something that was a big topic about a month ago, beginning of the playoffs, when a lot of bettors were just fed up with it. It's like, we can't live with the upper body injury designation anymore. At least in the NFL, they give us an injury report. At least in the NBA, they give us an injury report, or whoever just wants to take the night off during a regular season because the regular season doesn't matter in the NBA. But in the NHL, they don't do that. I mean, the guy could have a busted spleen, and they'll say he's got a cracked fingernail. So that's something I'd like to see cleaned up here in the future. Let's go. Let's get that going. I didn't know it bothered me as much as it bothers me until somebody told me that. Usually it doesn't happen, but in this instance, it bothers me a little bit. I want to know what's going on with these guys. Enough of the broken toe when the guy really has a concussion and a skull fracture.
Absolutely. Anything else that's bothering you that you really need to get off your chest today, Holden?
My daughter's 7 years old, and she was embarrassed when I showed up and surprised her at her camp today. She did not even want a hug. So that was, right. And then my other daughter is sick. And then My son, I haven't even seen him in a couple of days. So everything's a disaster, Joe. It's just, it's a really crazy time here at the Kushner household. Yeah.
Did you forget to take off your house coat picking up your daughter, or what happened there?
My what?
Your house coat.
What's a house coat?
Oh, you guys don't call it a house coat. A robe?
Oh, a robe?
Yeah.
I don't have a robe, Joe. I'm not that fancy. I don't have a robe. Got $3.99 towels that I've had for the last 12 years, and I just wear them around the house instead of a robe.
Well, hopefully you wore more than that to pick up your daughter. You'd have other issues.
Yeah, that would be very bad, Joe. You're right. But a house towel? Is that what you call it?
No,
Any other weird stuff?
House coat. I don't know if it's Australian or Canadian house coat. I have no clue.
When's the last time you had a beaver tail?
It's like a donut thing, right? It's sweet. I've never had one.
Delicious. I got one up in Toronto the last time I was up there like 4 years ago. So good.
Did you get a poutine when you're up here in Canada?
No, I don't even know what it is, but it sounds French and fancy, and that's just not in my neighborhood.
It's not fancy. It's French fries with cheese, and I can't remember what the cheese curds and gravy.
Nope, don't want it.
Oh, you're missing out.
I'm not missing out. I am not missing out on French fries and cheese curds.
And gravy. Don't forget the gravy.
Just give me some barbecue sauce. I'm happy, Joe. This is what happens when I don't have any bets tonight, by the way, folks. All my bets were this afternoon in baseball. I guess I like the Red Sox tonight. All my bets this afternoon were in baseball. So we got nothing, Joe. I'm either betting on I'm betting on myself. It is right now plus 110 to go to Top Gun, minus 120 to stay at home and watch the NHL playoffs.
I'm taking plus 110. For you going to Top Gun with the aviators and the bomber jacket. You have fun at that. But you're right. I've got the Boston Red Sox tonight too. Why are they the dog coming into this battle with the Angels, who are on a huge losing streak?
Oh my God. Can you imagine that too? Like as bad as the Angels have been, poor Phil Nevin. He has to go deal with this. They're dogs because Shohei's on the mound. Shohei Ohtani-san is on the mound tonight. And we know I guess the specter of Ohtani, he's going to move lines too. Everybody's afraid of him. Nick Pivetta going on the road to pitch in this one. But do you want to back the Angels at this point? As bad as they are? No. I mean, they could have freaking Cy Young on the mound. I'd still probably go the other way in this game tonight. So no, it's Red Sox, and we'll just keep riding this against the Angels until we can't ride it no more. Okay. Absolutely. This is just a horrible baseball team. And they got off to such a great start too, Joe. And they're now 4 games under 500 without a manager. They walked up to Nickelback last night. Were you aware of that?
No.
All their batters, they were trying to break the slump here. And they all walked up to Nickelback. That was the way they thought that they could break their slump. Could you imagine that?
Crazy.
I couldn't think of a worse way to break a slump. And they lost 1-0.
Yeah, ridiculous there. We've got the NBA tomorrow night. Actually, before we do that, what'd you think of Joe Madden being let go?
They just weren't listening to him or whatever. Well, I thought that he was the perfect guy to break the curse with the Cubs. They needed someone unconventional. Yep. They needed somebody to loosen them up. They needed more than anything else. They didn't have to beat their opponents. They had to beat themselves. And all the talk of you're never going to win a World Series here, you're going to choke again. They were down 3-1. It almost happened, but they had the perfect guy at the perfect time. But it looks like things it's past Joe Madden at this point. This is not a great team in LA by any means, but they do have some key pieces there. You'd like to see them finally address the pitching a little better, but Ohtani, Trout, come on, you're just wasting. And now Trout's hurt again. They say they're not going to put him on the IL. It's a tweaked groin. We might not see Trout again until next year. Who the hell knows? Yeah, it's bad times being an Angels fan.
Yeah, it really is. Now, last night, I'm not sure if you watched the Boston Celtics Golden State Warriors or if you're watching Star Wars. I'm sure what was happening in that household, but did you catch the game?
Yeah, of course I caught the game. I mean, NBA Finals I'll watch.
Yeah.
Okay. Stanley Cup Finals I'll watch. Actually, this will be the first night that I haven't watched any sports.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I know you are. I had to talk my way through it, though. I'm like, when was the last time I went a night without watching sports? It's been a really long time. Even when the kids are over, like Friday night, after they go to sleep, I'll just turn on the West Coast baseball game. So it's been a while. It might be refreshing. Maybe I need it just to recharge my batteries tonight, but I'm tailing you tonight. What am I betting? With the New York Rangers?
Vasilevsky. Oh, I definitely am loving the New York Rangers on the reverse puck line in the first period tonight. Getting great plus money, you guys, at plus 196 there. I think it's a phenomenal way to go because I really look at this game, do or die for the New York Rangers, Holden. If they cannot come out and get the win tonight, they're done. I think Tampa takes the next game as well. It will be elimination for them. So look for the Rangers to come out nice and strong in this one. I do think their defense really steps up. I think Igor stands on his head, and we've got a great game here. So I'm excited for it. NBA tomorrow night.
Maybe I'll just stay home. That's what I'll do. The under is something else you like too. Not a lot of goals.
Yeah, I think we go under 5.5, under in the first period, under 1.5 is a scary situation because I do expect the Rangers to come out. But in a perfect world, this is 1-0 going into the second for the Rangers.
Ooh, all right. I grew up a Ranger fan, you know.
Okay.
That was my team growing up when I was little. Brian Leach, Mike Richter, Mark Messier, Adam Graves, Ty Domi. What a great team.
Amazing. Yeah.
They had some great teams. And as a 12-year-old living in Chicago, almost getting beaten up in the stands because I wore a Rangers hoodie to Chicago Stadium back in the day. That was scary.
No. Oh, I bet it was.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I was just a little kid, you know?
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. I'm sorry. I would have protected you if I was there.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. NBA tomorrow night. Any thoughts on this game 5 here?
I mean, I feel like the Warriors. Yeah, Warriors just having a hard time in Boston is what I think is going to come down to. I don't know how severe this Curry injury is. He says he's going to play. That's just a team right there. Draymond had one of the worst games that you're ever going to see somebody do. He played a long time and he produced almost nothing. That to me is it was rough. But something about this Boston team at home, even Tatum with the stinger bothering him again. Last night I thought on the Denver City cast presented by BetRivers, I swept it. Celtics -3.5, Celtics -9.5 because we got all the blowouts. And then third quarter with the Warriors. So I think I'll go back to the Warriors third quarter money line, especially if they're down. Listen, I hit it -109 for the game. They were down at halftime. It was -143 at the half. So if you're going to bet Warriors third quarter, you might want to get on that right now before the game starts. And as far as the rest goes, I mean, I'll back the Celtics. And if you're going to back the Celtics, you might as well back them at 9.5 again. Get a +2 something because these games have just been blowouts. Yeah. I know you look at it and say, oh, it's completely random. There's something underlying here, whether it is the over-reliance on the three-point shots. Something is here that is driving these blowouts. And why jump off the bridge now? We might only have 3 games left.
Exactly. Make your money while you can with these games. Any thoughts on that total? 214.5. We saw the last one go over in the total.
Staying away. No thoughts on the total there. I think there's plenty of plays on the sides, though. And then if Boston falls down, just grab them on the money line, hopefully plus money.
I love it. I love it. Great advice there, Holden. Well, I know you've got to get ready for whatever is happening tonight. I appreciate you joining me here. What is happening on the Denver City cast this week?
Broncos, if you're into the Broncos, they got a new owner. It's pretty crazy. I don't want to pay for a stadium, so I discussed that to myself today. That was really wonderful. Avs ticket prices actually went down to get into the Stanley Cup Finals. I was shocked by that, so I discussed that. Some things that we love betting on in Colorado as well. A little bit of Rockies, a little bit of Jack Del Rio, a little bit of everything. Fun stuff. But no bets. This is probably the first Denver City cast I've done with no bets. We got nothing to bet.
Yeah.
Just the NHL. And I don't feel good saying that I know what's going on in the Eastern Conference Series like I do in the West.
If only we could bet what you're doing tonight on BetRivers. Fortunately, we can't.
I'd give you insider information.
Do you really know what you're doing yet, though? I think this is a last-minute decision.
This is. Game time decision, Joe. Game time
Absolutely.
decision.
Well, Holden, thank you so much for joining me. Where can everyone follow you and the Denver City Cast?
Yeah, just follow me on Twitter, @Holden Radio, @Holden Radio. And all we got to do is, you ever betting on a team from Denver or Colorado, betting against, or maybe you just think I'm a wonderful person. Denver City Cast, presented by BetRivers. Check me on Vsin too. I'll be hosting tomorrow, rush hour. So that's 4. So 6 o'clock Eastern time, 6 to 7. And I'll be discussing the 4 major sports and giving out some best bets.
That's awesome. You guys make sure you go give Holden a follow and do catch the Denver City Cast. It's a great show. Holden, thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe Madden.
Thank you.